Officials are trying to determine the cause of the blaze that gutted Sun City's Cabanas hotel kitchen yesterday. According to Sun City Mangement, a fire broke out in the kitchen at about 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. The staff on duty saw the blaze, which they extinguished, but it had already spread through the extraction ventilation to the reception area. The Northwest Province is preparing to host World Tourism Day from the 26th to the 27th of September this year. For more information, let's speak to Virginia Tsotso Tlhapi, MEC for Economic Development, Environment, Conservation and Tourism. MEC, good afternoon to you. Can you provide an overview of the incident? What were the primary factors from what you understand led to this fire?
Thank you very much and good afternoon to the listeners. Just yesterday I was in Posh and I received a call from the management of Sun City telling me that there is a fire coming from kitchen, and then it went through to their reception. And they fight with the fire. At least at the end, they contained the fire, and the only damage is at the reception of Cabanas. The kitchen is not so much damaged because they said the kitchen is not worse, but only the reception is worse. So they told me yesterday, and they said they called the fire people, and then they managed to contain the fire. As we were waiting to hear from Cabanas what was happening, I received another call from my officials saying that the fire went through to Manyani Resort in Moses Kotane, and unfortunately in Manyani it was bad to an extent that 47 of our chalets got fire. So we are still struggling as we speak now. The fire is trying to go via Kwamaritani, which is the place also next to, in the middle of Sun City and Manyani. So they are still fighting there on the field. We are still trying to also speaking to the office of the minister. But this morning, the DGG from the Department of Fish and Forestry also speak to the HOD of the department, and they are trying by all means to make sure that this fire stops. But I must indicate that it is there's a wind, and when they try to fight on the other side, it quickly go to the other side. So we are still trying to fight. Now, as I'm speaking to you, I'm at Manyani trying to check whether the animals are also safe, whether is there any damages that might be there. So we are still trying to fight. But I think we will manage. But I must indicate to you that because of the wind, it is not easy on our side.
Have there been any injuries or casualties reported, MEC?
Not yet, including the people who were working. The only call that I got this morning is that one of the rangers was not so much injured, but he was trying to get inside the park, and then they quickly take him out of the park. So as we speak now, there is no injury, including the animals. There were no injury that I got. There is any. Actually, let me just say there are no injuries as we speak now. We don't know what will happen in the middle of the night, because where I'm standing, I can still see the fire on the mountain.
Now, outside of the wind, have there been any challenges for the firefighting teams? How big is the team that is trying to fight this fire?
The team is big. There is a capacity. We also spoke to the Sun City management so that we can work together on the matter. And they are also investigating on their side what might actually happen. And we are also investigating on our side. So we are still waiting, but I must indicate that there's a capacity. The people that are fighting here, there are many, because at least the other group went to where I'm saying the fire went to go there so that they can protect another property from Kwamaritani, and the others are still the site where I am, Komanyani. So there is a capacity. We are intending to make sure that we will contain the fire.
So let's talk about national parks. I'd imagine that they would be having some involvement in this. You talked about the safety of the animals. Are they part of this team that is trying to put out the fire, or certainly to try and protect the animals?
Yes, we like I said, like I indicated, we spoke to the National Department. The HOD also spoke to the DDG. So they are working together to make sure that we protect also the animals and the properties that are in the park.
Okay, now let's come back to the hotel. Did they confirm that they had fire safety measures and equipment in place?
They did. They do have it. They said they are still investigating, but they do have a fire safety in the hotel.
Okay, MEC, well, we thank you for your time this afternoon and certainly hope that the teams that you have on the ground will be in a position to put out that blaze before it causes any further damage.